Hey everyone, and welcome back for another Barkbox. They already started going to town on it before I was even set up with the camera. You can see Epic in the background, Elle up close as usual. This time, kept that box full closed, and Epic is not having it. Why open the box the normal way when you can beat it until it's open anyways? Super glad to be back with yet another Barkbox. So is Epic. We may be closed to the public, but we are still here and still caring for our birds right now. And as you can see, we're still receiving caring donations and feeling the love from the folks over at Barkbox who sent us yet another Super Chewer box. Clearly right now the box part is the preferred portion of the Barkbox. Epic can be really persistent when he wants to be, with chasing something that seems like prey. He gets really into it. A lot of times he will try and wedge stuff in a corner so that he can hit it more effectively. He's pushing it towards me. I'm not gonna probably brace this box for him. I'll let him work on his own. Backing up here to get a better view. Getting a little creative, and we've got our items out. So, 2 items in the box for the hornbills this time are our Howler Growler. This is a little nylon squeaky guy who is shaped like a growler. The theme of this box is craft chewing, aka craft brewing, so we got our cool little growler, which it says when you hit it, it bounces kind of wacky. He will love this. And then our other item in there, that bright yellow one, is the Frosty Mug. That one actually has a cool feature where the inside it's encased in rubber, but it's got a sponge inside filled with distilled water, so you can put it in the freezer and make it a Frosty mug for a little bit more fun. Just so you guys know. Elle, right here by my side, watching me film Epic. She actually likes to watch the screen part better than participate in the toys part, so she's watching Epic through the lens. Her directorial debut. Yeah, is he doing good? Alright, let's go back to our boxes. Alright, so Elle's over there checking out the Howler Growler. Checking out the box, see if Epic left anything inside of there, and hey girl. Alright, reset a little bit because they were super distracted by looking at themselves. And Epic's moved on to that Howler Growler again. But the box is cooler this month. He really wants to read the label. Got Elle giving it a test. Ooh. Give that back to you. Nope. Guess not. So, something cool that Elle loves to highlight for you guys are these spectacular eyelashes. Elle actually came to us from the Indianapolis Zoo, and her name originally was L'Oreal, named for those beautiful eyelashes. The eyelashes do serve a function, and they're pretty cool. They're not hair like ours are. They are modified feathers. So those are actually feathers, even though they don't look it. And they serve as a sunshade, protect their eyes from the sun. They also keep dust and debris and dirt and all that good stuff out of their eyes. Protect them, keep them good. Hi. You can also see the little feathers that cover their nares, which is the word that we use for, thank you, bird nostrils. So those little feathers there are covering her nares. And then you can also see this bright blue spot on her throat pouch. The biggest difference between male and female southern ground hornbills is the amount of blue that's present on their throat pouch. Females will have more than males. Males might have a couple of freckles, but for the most part they are red. We're feeling a little distracted today during Barkbox session, but we did get 2 more items in our box, and we're going to try those out in our Treasures of the Rainforest building, see if anybody in there wants to partake in the Super Tour box. Alright, so here we are in the Treasures of the Rainforest exhibit, which is right as you walk into the aviary. Basically, you hang a left out of the gift shop and you'll find our indoor tropical oasis. We've got a bunch of tropical birds from all across the world, mostly in Asia, Australia, etc., in our sort of indoor rainforest here. And we're trying out 2 of our Barkbox items in here, not because these guys are super chewers themselves. We don't really have anybody in here who fits that category, but because we do have several birds who are super curious and interested in novel enrichment opportunities, like our Shiba Emu, that little emu plushie there, which is soft, it's got stretchy crinkle legs, and apparently it has a surprise toy inside for in case your pet destroys it. I don't think any of our birds in here will be destroying it, but they might be interested in the different textures that it has to offer and just the sort of novel shape of it. And then we also have our Good Boys Tall Boys, which is that little 4-pack of cans there, made out of nylon with a hole in the middle, which we've hidden some treats inside. There's some mealworms that we tossed out. We're going to see if anybody wants to come down. We've got some interested birds around, but nobody has been quite intrepid enough yet to go down and actually try and touch the items. So we do have one bird who's looking kind of interested, not yet brave enough to go down. Getting right up to him. That's our pied imperial pigeon. So he's pretty curious. He did see the bugs that we tossed out around the new items, but he is not yet quite brave enough to go down and check out those things. This guy's a lot of fun here in Treasures of the Rainforest. We like to watch him during the midday rainstorms, where the exhibit sprinklers will go off and create sort of a rainstorm here. And he's pretty cute when that happens, because he'll stand underneath the sprinklers and he'll lift one wing at a time to catch some rain under his wings, and it looks kind of like he's washing under his wings. It's pretty adorable. Oh, and it looks like we do have someone. He's getting a little closer. Hard to see her back there, but sort of in the dark. We've got one of our white-rumped shamas, also known as the common shama thrush, back in the bushes there, kind of creeping up on it, picking off the bugs where they're a little bit easier. The shamas are super curious. They're one of our easier to notice birds here in Treasures of the Rainforest because you can always hear them singing. They're actually really well known for being able to mimic different sounds, and they have some really bright and obvious, beautiful songs. That actually has led to a little bit of a problem for them in the wild. They are often captured for the pet trade because they're so good at mimicking and so good at singing, and they're a lot of fun to listen to, and spending some time around them, you could see why someone would want that little bit of joy in their household, but unfortunately it has led to reduced numbers for them in the wild. They are really fun. You can see her picking up those bugs and kind of squishing them up before eating them. This is our female common shama. You can identify them by their slightly duller gray color on their back, but they have that bright sort of orangey colored breast and the white rump that they're named for. The males are more of a brilliant blue on their backs. We'll see if she actually touches any of those things or if she's just picking off bugs around them. Quick scene change. We got our Shiba Emu in here with our green-naped pheasant pigeons, Bob and Linda. One of them's up there in the background. One of them's kind of running around off to the side here. Check it out and see if they enjoy the novelty of this Shiba Emu. And here comes Linda off her roost to check it out. A little bit braver, I suppose. But not quite brave enough. enrichment and everything that we do for enrichment is all about encouraging different natural behaviors and giving them more choices than they would have in an ordinary day if we didn't give them anything. So by giving them something they've never seen before, they get to sort of interpret how they should react to it and then respond however they feel is appropriate, which encourages some good natural behaviors. Right now you can see Bob is waving his tail up and down because he's kind of investigating whether or not this is a dangerous thing or a safe thing or an interesting thing. He doesn't really know how to interpret it yet. So he's kind of signaling that he's unsure about it. He's been walking around the edge of his pond there because he knows that that's a normal, safe place for him, and it's a good distance away from the new thing. But we'll often give out new, sort of novel items to them so they can figure out how they should respond to it. So even if he doesn't go up and actively play with it, it still is encouraging different choices and behaviors from him and kind of switching up what's part of his day-to-day routine. And another drive-by, checking it out. That head bob is curious. They want to figure out what on earth is this. Can't be too cautious. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in for yet another Barkbox unboxing. We tried out some new items with our Birds and Treasures of the Rainforest today, and even though they didn't want to actually interact with the items, they still did look at them, and it encouraged some new and interesting natural behaviors from them. So let us know in the comments if you liked this, if you want to see a specific bird get next time's Barkbox, and we look forward to doing this again next month. Thanks!